Sephora, and I'd like to share with you my U.S. naturalization application and how I passed it. So I have a few things to share with you. And I have to put them here so I don't forget the paper. Okay, so how did I apply? I applied online via USCIS website. I created an account and I filled out a form N400 US naturalization, or it's a process to become a US citizen if you're born outside, if you meet certain requirements, of course. And I applied online because it was easy. I applied on July 4 of this year. That's 2021. And the benefits of applying online are you will get alerts and it's secure. You will see all cases, correspondence, and status, and you can upload evidence and update personal information there. So the form is called N400, and the website will tell you or give you a checklist for documents or instructions. Document checklist, instruction, what the requirements, filing fees. So the filing fee at that time was $640 plus $85 biometric, so total of $725. So I feel that N400 and everything that I provided there in my N400 form, I have provided all the documents to prove what's stated in that application. And so I submitted the copy, scanned copy, because it's through online, of my permanent resident card. I'm itchy. And then a copy of my passport, 5 years of income tax returns. I got that from IRS website. You just register there as well. You can get all the information there if you don't have it on hand. And if any documents I have, and it asked me, I think that's like 5 years of my resident information there, if I have criminal or cited for any criminal. All of this information you will be able to see this in the USCIS website. So I uploaded all those there, and I received a notification online stating that USCIS has received my application and it's on process. And I also received mail notification. So every alert that you receive online will also be, the USCIS office will also send you a mail copy. So on July 8th, that's when USCIS scheduled me for an interview. And at that time, I started studying the 2018 US Civic Test. There are 100 questions there with answer that you can review and study for the US Civic Test. There are 3 tests: written test, reading test, and then the US Civics. And then, so I studied that. I use YouTube, really information and resources that you can get online. Even USCIS website, you have practice tests there. I use that as well. But what helped me was YouTube. I would listen to it when I prepare for work, after work, and it just helped me. So that's what I did. And then I think it was August. Before that, when they scheduled me for an interview, I received, by the way, a notification stating that they do not need me to provide biometrics again, because they reuse my biometric information when I applied for my green card. So they used that one. And so August 12th was my interview. Woke up early. I drove 20, I think it was 25 minutes. It was 8 a.m. so traffic was not that bad. And I waited for, when I got to the USCIS office, I waited outside the parking lot, because you cannot enter the building 30 minutes early. But then when it was like 15 minutes before 8, I entered the building, and then I signed up on the first floor. And then I went up to the office where the office was at. We were there 5 minutes. We were all lined up. I was lined up with other applicants there. We waited for 5 minutes, and then the officer opened the door, and she let us in. And then I had to wear my mask. Everybody needs to be a mask because it's pandemic. Into the office, and then lined up 6 feet apart. The second officer asked me when it was my turn what I was doing there. I had my document stating that I am there for a U.S. naturalization interview and test. So I showed him my ID, and then he let me into this, and then spoke to this third officer who got my green card, look at my interview document, and other information that she needs. So she told me, you can go and wait at the seat, as there were sections of seat for different applicants there. And I sat at the wrong seat. But then I was the first applicant to be called by USCIS officer for an interview, so it was nerve-wracking. I walked towards her when my name was called. Make sure you're listening, because you don't want to miss it. I greeted her, she greeted me. She was nice. She guided me to her office, and then when we get to her office, we sat down. She asked me some information, your name, how are you, and all those. So it was a sort of a chit-chat conversation. It made me feel at ease. I was nervous, and then she asked me to stand up for an oath, and after that, sat down again. So detailed. And she asked me my birthday, passport, permanent resident card, passport, and ID. And then the first thing that she did, she asked me US civics questions. 6 questions. The only thing I remember was name one longest river in the United States. So I provided her Mississippi River, and I passed it with flying colors after I answered all 6 questions. Reading test, she wrote a sentence on a tab. There was a screen dividing us. It was just a clear screen because of pandemic. But then there were tablets. She was using something like, I think it was a tablet, and then there's a tablet on my side. She wrote something and she asked me to read it, and I did. And then after that, it looked like I passed the reading test. And then she told me to write whatever she's going to say. So she said a sentence like, the president lives in the White House. So I wrote that, and then she asked me some information, and I provided that to her, and then she said, congratulations, you passed. And I passed the test, and then I passed the interview. And so the USCIS officer recommended that the N400 application for naturalization be approved. And so she gave me a piece of paper for me to show, or for me to bring to the oath ceremony. It was September 1st. I was super happy. I passed the test. All of the anxieties and all of the nervousness disappeared. I was super happy. So I waited, let's see, my oath ceremony was September 1st. I received a notification online again, a mail, and there was a document. I think I have that document. That it was a document that you need to fill out at the oath ceremony, not before ceremony, and you need to sign it. And you have to bring your green card, because mine, I had to surrender it. The officer doing the oath ceremony. And my oath ceremony was at a public library in Indiana, because I live in Indiana. And it only lasted for 30 minutes because of pandemic. Oh yes, that was my experience from my N400 application for naturalization to my oath ceremony. Thank you so much for watching.